This is the last day in Japan. Day 14, June 14th. Back to Tokyo and the Digital Arts Museum. Digital Arts Museum. So 6.5 hour long bloody train ride back. We actually caught 2 separate trains, both bullet trains, to Tokyo. I doubt I got any footage of that because I slept for a bit of it, but for the most part I was actually just sitting there watching YouTube on my phone. I got a bit nauseous because I started writing this as much as I could, and then I got a bit sick, so I was like, alright, I'm just gonna sleep, and then I watched some YouTube, and that was pretty much all I did the whole entire train ride. We saw Mount Fuji one last time, beautiful shots of it, which is really nice. Like, I felt like it was a really nice and kind of touching way, and it looked like the Fuji I had been promised with all the pictures, which was really, it was just nice. It was nice to see Fuji one last time, especially from the distance, which, like, nothing really in the way outside of up close buildings and, telephone poles and tunnels and stuff. And the clouds were perfectly open enough for us to see it, and then it was gone. So yeah, it was really nice. We arrived in Tokyo, put our bags in some lockers because we had to. We didn't have it. Our hotel was in like at the end of the trip, which was like in Narita. And I actually bought out of one of those vending machines again. I bought a Goku figure for Sam. Really cool because like there was like, oh, here are 4 different Dragon Ball Z characters that you could choose from. It was like Vegeta, Goku, Frieza, and Bulma, and I was like, hey, you can't lose. You get one of the 4 main characters. Well, 3 of the main characters plus one of the main villains, and I got Goku for Sam, and that was really cool. And there was a Pokemon store next door, and I got a Charizard for Noah. I finally found a Charizard plushie for Noah, which was great. Meant I could keep the Pikachu plushie that I bought because I got a Pikachu plushie in like the first day we were there. Anyway, then we caught a monorail. Here's a lot of footage of a monorail. That was actually quite fun because it was only one stop down, but like it actually was like a long, like 5-minute long trip, and we got to see a lot of Tokyo, which is really nice, and we got a beautiful view of like a great reflection in the building that we were passing, which is really cool. It didn't really seem too much like we were on a monorail, but like you could tell kind of. I got some extra footage of the monorail as well, which was really nice. But then we also went on an underground train to the Tokyo Digital Arts Museum, where initially we got lost. We got off the station, and I think it was called Tokyo Teleport, which is where we got off at, and we're like, okay, where's the museum? And so Dad had seen a sign saying like, oh, it's a 5-minute walk down that way, and my Google Maps had said that like it was a 50-minute walk down that way. And we went to the map, and I just zoomed out just a little bit on my Google Maps, and it said Digital Arts Museum, and I'm like, wait, it was there, it was in this building here. And we realized that the sign said, yeah, go over there, and we did, and it was cool. Toyota Future Cars Expo. They had that there, so I got a picture of one of the really cool cars there, and Dad was like, "Oh, look, this is our next Uber or whatever it was, our next car." We went out, so we had to go through that building to get to another platform which had a big Ferris wheel on it, and then we went around the corner, and there was the Digital Arts Museum. And guess what? I was able to film it. 2 hours of content. Well, it was like we spent about 2 hours there, and I filmed a lot of it. So, I'll actually read all of. I don't think there was anything else that we actually filmed. So, I guess for the rest of this video, it will just be footage of that, and I'll just end this off and talk about our last days there.
I'm already scared. It's so dark already. This is fucked. Oh, shit, boy. Oh, shit, there's mirrors too. What up, my dudes? Kawaii. Let's hope this music isn't copyrighted, otherwise I'm... Looks so much cooler on the camera than it does in real life. It looks so much more blue in my camera. Oh, there's actually, it actually goes up. This is trippy. Except for the low lip. This is kind of freaky. Like, it's really tripping my head out right now. It's because, like, the geometry of the room is like a rectangle, but you can't even see the rectangle. Yeah, because the actual rocks here. Look, there's my hand. It doesn't help. Oh, and now it's moving. Okay. It's a kangaroo. Butterflies are moving. Yeah, it's a kangaroo. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm scared. Oh, what the flaming tits. My audio commentary is now available on Spotify. If I wasn't having my bag on my front, then yes.
I'm only taking your head.
It just keeps going. Hey, I know that guy. Shit, boy, look at this. Shit, boy. It's all LEDs. Beautiful wall. What is this shit? It's like a parade of digital Japanese people. And they speak. What the frick? They're carrying like a bird toad thingy. Now there's a bunch of rabbit people. And roses and rabbits and people, guitar, and a ledge going up. You're free to go back for space, but there's no exit there. It's hard to capture footage in here because it's like, even I don't know what the hell I'm saying. They're like very faintly painted glass. Forest is that way. No, it's saying it's that way. Still saying. I'm saying. So it's saying the exit for. Oh shit! There. You know how they say it's a different room each time? This is what they fucking name it. I know, but it's a different room and it's like cherry blossoms or some shit. They're poles. Okay. This is freaky now. There are poles here. There's a dude over there. Oh, you can go through. It's like a jungle. Much better in here, Dad. Oh, wait. Oh, they move. They move. They move. Look. They move. It's a lily pad. room. Oh, I get it. Because there's there's fucking bouncing things. And there's a giant floor. Oh my god. What the fuck? There are froggos. And there are giant whales. And there's a balloon room over there. There's a little headquarters for people. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's a whale. It's me when I haven't exercised for a week. This is only giving my camera a seizure. Oh, okay. Softwords. Ooh, spooky. Spooky kabuki. Just a bunch of balloons. Or as I say, now it's a sea of rings. Ring, ring. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how this controls itself. It's so strange. It's like a mini tea set, and then you realize the whole video game is a room. I'm sorry, the whole room is a video game. It can't move it. Thing changes. It totally does, doesn't it? Oh no! You did it. What if I moved the campfire? Or was the campfire? Oh, the fire's gone! Know where I am.
Cool, one last element that I completely forgot to actually mention, because I for some reason had them written in my journal, which is exactly why I'm making these videos, is that when we got back to Tokyo from the Digital Arts Museum, we actually visited Shibuya, where we did that famous crossing. You know, the big, long, well, not long exactly, but very busy crossing. We went there, took a video, which is now on, well, which will be on screen in a moment actually. We took a video there, and then we actually went to a small side street restaurant where we had some kind of ramen dish, which is the final proper Japanese dish I actually had, which should be on screen now, which is rather nice. It was a nice way to spend the trip and spend our last day in Tokyo, because we were in Tokyo for like 8 solid hours, which is strange. But like a lot of the time we were moving around rather than being at places that were special. But overall, it was fun. It was good to be in Tokyo one last time. The trip especially was very fun. Especially like Dad was saying how he'd gone 3 times to Japan, and it was only on his 3rd trip that he was actually able to get to the Shibuya crossing. So yeah, I'm excited to go back to Japan at some stage in the future. I don't think it'll be this year. I definitely think it'll be in a year or two time. I have someone in particular I'd actually really like to go with now. So outside of my dad was just because I had been looking to go to Japan for like a year and nobody had the money for it, and then Dad was like, well, I want to go again and I've got the money and I want to go again, and he knows the place as well, so he's been there before, so he decided that he'd take me. So yeah, I think that was really cool and I very much appreciate it, and I think it's been a very nice trip, a very fun trip. I hope you've, of course, and then we continued on after Shibuya. And here's that Shibuya part. Sorry, this is a bit of a delayed recording. I completely forgot about it because, again, not in my book. So, here's Shibuya. This is the crossing over here. That's just the people. This is the crossing. I have no idea. I think it's a brand. I don't know what's happening. It's a bunch of lights. Where do we go? And ads. And here we go. Should we aim for Starbucks? Aim for Starbucks? I'm not the idiot with a phone in my hand. No, I said at least I'm not. No, I said at least I'm not the idiot with the phone in my hand. I've got a camera, so I can watch where I'm going and the camera can watch itself. Yay, we made it alive. It only took us 20 minutes. Well, I mean, that building has stuff on top of it, like more buildings. The go back. There goes an ambulance. Just as people start crossing. And there are more people behind that tree too. People seeing up in Starbucks. Yeah, they're all filming too. We caught a train back to Tokyo, then retrieved our bags and headed to Narita. We arrived, dropped off our bags at the hotel, had an ice cream and Coke, so that was really nice. And then we got to our last day, which was June 15th. So on that last day, June 15th, we woke up at 6 a.m. and took a bus shuttle to the terminal. After disposing of our large bags and the internet modem, which we had to put it back in its bag, turn it off and everything, and then put it into like a letter. They'd given us like a letter bag satchel so we could post it, literally post it. Then we proceeded up to the restaurant area where I had a toasted cheese sandwich for breakfast with some fries, which is very weird. And we found another Pokemon shop where I spent my last yen on a mystery box Pokeball, which I will reveal in the next video. And Dad got himself a, what was it? Jolteon plushie, which is really interesting. He's like, oh, this one looks really cool. So we bought both of them. We split it together, and it was just nice. And then we passed through customs, bought some alcohol, like some specially designed alcohol bottles for Mum and some perfume for her. And then went to our gate, and I'll show you a brief video here of us at the gate.
Look, we bought Pokemon. This is the end. Bye.
We're going home now.
Bye.
And now we're going back into the video. Caught the plane around 10:30 a.m. I watched 5 films on the flight. What was it? The Founder, Masquerade Hotel, which was the second film with Masami Nagasawa. So expect a review for that if it hasn't already come out yet. There was Fly Me to Saitama, which was another Japanese film. The Old Man and the Gun, and Gloria Bell. That was probably the only film that I decided was a waste of time. But yeah, then we landed into a winter breeze, and I was in a t-shirt. And that's the end of the book. That's the end of the trip. Yay. That almost peaked the microphone. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I don't know how much more digital, the digital footage for the museum will have. It might come after my part here if it hasn't already been all put in beforehand with just some nice music playing, because I don't know how much of that music was copyrighted. But yeah, so I think I should also note about the museums that they did say that all of the no matter which room you go in, the footage will always be different because it continually changes, which was like the main fascination I had of the whole place. So thanks for watching this series about my trip to Japan. If you'd like me to see the next video, which will be there's 2 more special videos coming out for Japan. One which may have already come out by this stage, which is me reviewing 5 films with Masami Nagasawa, which involved Masquerade Hotel, The Confidence Man, 2 Godzilla films, and Your Name. So that's fun. So there you go, more fun stuff. And the last video, which comes after this, which I'm going to film in about 20 minutes, is what did I buy in Japan? And I bought a lot of stuff, so it's going to be a long video-ish, maybe half an hour at most. And I'm just going to talk about all the stuff that I bought. So thanks for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more. I'm going back to my regular slate of stuff after this, of reviewing movies and doing all that fun sketches and stuff. So I'm keen to go back to that stuff, because this stuff has been these videos have been a nightmare to edit. So much footage to edit. But I believe by the time that these videos have all come out, I'll actually be coming back to uni as well. So that'll be really fun. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you want any vlogs or anything of me talking about my previous trips overseas, I don't have any camera footage of it, but I can find my old journals potentially, and record myself looking through all of those. Be kind of a cringe thing as well, because oh, my awful handwriting and trying to remember what happened. And I don't have any pictures of it, so it'll just be me sitting down reading from a journal, which I guess will be interesting, maybe. Might do it anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed these videos. Hopefully this microphone stuff is actually paid off well. This is the microphone I've been using the whole time. Shout out to Adam for telling me to go cardioid. Good idea. This is Snoopy. Good doggo. He doesn't care. He just wants to sleep. Yeah, I'm going to have some lunch now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.